welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a will I buy it? So I'll be going over some of the new makeup releases, talking about them, deciding whether or not I want to purchase them. Now I did, as I was preparing for this video, getting all the screenshots together, nothing is really standing out to me. So this might be a little bit more of an anti-haul. I don't know if I'm just like in a bad mood or if companies just aren't coming out with anything exciting, but there is not a lot here that's just looking good. I can't tell if companies are just giving us like the leftovers or if it's just me and I'm not vibing with makeup right now. Maybe I'm in a little bit of a funk. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. But if you like Will I Buy It videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and stick around if you haven't yet. And I'm going to scoot over. We're going to get started talking about some of these new releases here. First thing I think we should talk about is this new drop from Kaleidos. So they're coming out with some kind of lip vault, 2 lip vaults. And one is the Polar Placid Cloud Lab Lip Clay. This has 4 nudes with a velvety matte finish, and then we have the Willow Wisp Cloud Lab Lip. This has 4 shades with a velvety matte finish, but these are going to be more of like a purpley tone. Both of these are just like a no for me, just off the bat. I don't know why matte lips are coming back and being popular again, but just no, because one, I'm trying not to buy any more lip products. I have way too many that just go unused in my collection. 2, not a formula that I really prefer. I really like more of a sheer lipstick or a lip gloss. That's more my speed. I'm over the matte. It just is cracky, it's flaky, it's drying. So it's not for me. They did recently come out with like a contour trio that I am interested in grabbing at some point, but it's not really high up on my list here. And then let's see what else there is. Let's talk about this one. So this is the Tarte Glow Light Skin Filter. To blur, smooth, and illuminate, this is supposed to have hyaluronic acid, squalene, porcelain flower, algae, mineral pigments. It's $30 and comes in 6 shades. This looks to me like it's supposed to be some kind of Hollywood, Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter dupe. Now, I do currently, surprisingly, have that right now in Shop My Stash. So that video is going to be coming up talking about my thoughts on that product. But quite honestly, it's just not like a product I use. e.l.f. came out with a dupe. I wasn't interested in that. It's not something I use in my routine. I haven't tried it as a highlighter, but for a cream highlighter, I don't think it's anything special. It seems like it really has this magic under foundation or mixing. And while I like it when I use it that way, I just don't necessarily use it that way. It's not something I think about. I have to really force myself to do that. So this just doesn't interest me at all, but it does seem like a lot of people are excited about this. The packaging is pretty, although I will say it kind of looks like their other concealer. So I could see it being kind of confusing as far as packaging goes. So we'll see. If you're interested in this though, Tarte does like a lot of sales. Don't buy this full price. And then also, Rare Beauty is coming out with an under eye brightener. This kind of confuses me. So it's $24. It's super lightweight, visibly brightens, hydrates, and awakens under eyes with sheer flexible light coverage, visibly reduces dark circles and discoloration for a refreshed look fast in an array of flexible shades. There are 6 shades, and this is going to be available on December 23rd. Now, I'm just confused about this because is it a concealer or is it an under eye corrector or is it a lightweight concealer? I'm just kind of unsure on what this is supposed to be. I am a little bit intrigued by it because it has the metal tip applicator and I've been wanting that concealer from Dominique Cosmetics for a while now that also has the metal applicator. I just have a hard time getting it here in Europe. So once I just understand what this product is intended for, I might pick it up. I've only tried, I think, one thing from Rare Beauty, and that's their mascara. I did like it. I've kind of been thinking of doing like a full face of Rare Beauty and buying everything. I know they already have a concealer, so that's why I'm just wondering, is this a lighter coverage option, or is this meant to be used under concealer, or is it both? I don't know. I'm not really understanding exactly what this is, and I hope more information comes out soon about it. While we're on the topic of Rare Beauty, they also did release a powder highlight. So that comes in 4 shades, $25. It's already available, and I believe it's already sold out. So again, going back, I haven't tried a lot from Rare Beauty. I am kind of interested in this highlighter. It's just not on like an immediate to-do list. I don't think I'd grab too many shades. Maybe just, what's that, like light gold shade. I'm not interested in their liquid highlighter, so if I was to do a full face, I would definitely pick up the powder once it's available again. I think Exhilarate, that would be the one that I would pick. They also came out with a brush, that's $18, so I'm a little bit interested. I'm ready to like dip my toes into Rare Beauty. I just haven't taken the plunge yet. So that's something that maybe I'll pick up in the future. Let's talk about something that was just an easy, fast pass for me, and that is the Too Faced Pinker Times Ahead collection. So they are coming out with blush. How many blushes? 6 blushes, and then an eyeshadow palette. So the eyeshadow palette is already available, $42. Oh, also a highlighter, some kind of highlighter, $27. A liner, $23. It's a pink eyeliner, and then $29 for the blush. I'm just not interested in this. Too Faced, I don't know. I'm kind of just falling off the bandwagon for Too Faced. Nothing really that comes out is exciting to me anymore. The last thing that I bought is the Teddy Bear palette, and I tried that. I did not like the formula in that palette, which is also a reason why I'm just not interested in this collection, because the eyeshadow palette looks like it has a similar formula with like these marbled shimmer shades, and I just could not get it to show up on me. I didn't like it at all. Lord knows I don't need any more blushes, so I'm just not interested in the blushes or a pink eyeliner. None of this is anything that I like at all, so easy pass for me. Something else that's just also going to be an easy pass is this Pat McGrath collection. This, I think, is confusing a lot of people. So it is available December 16th, which I think is today, the day that I'm filming. This should be going up tomorrow, I think. This, I'm just not a Star Wars fan, first and foremost. It's okay. My sister, she loves Star Wars, but she's not really a makeup person, so I can't really see her wanting to get this. But other than that, I'm not a fan how they just repackaged a Mothership palette with an outside packaging. I don't like that. I think it's a little bit scammy, only because people who are Pat McGrath collectors are going to purchase it and spend their money. And while that's their prerogative, I don't know. I just don't really like the whole thing. The Midnight Sun palette, while I love that palette, I don't think it was as popular with other people, but I do really enjoy the color story of that one. The thing is, that palette has been on sale on the Pat McGrath website for a very long time. It's clear that that's the palette they have the most stock of. So I have a feeling she only picked that palette to try and get rid of stock and repackage it. So that's my just conspiracy theory on that. Other than that, these quints, I mean, I did like the quints from Holiday. I talked about them. I'll link them above my review. But the color story, they're just a little bit too colorful for me. If any of them, if I'm just overlooking the whole Star Wars theme, the C-3PO one is okay color story for the quint. But other than that, like the lip glosses, I do like her lip gloss formula. But again, not trying to add to my collection here. The mascara, no. These single shadows, maybe, but no. But no, I mean, I would pick it up maybe on a sale if I needed to add something to my cart to like bump it to a different tier, but just no. Overall, I think Pat McGrath's done a few Star Wars collections, and I think it's because she's been involved in artistry for them. I'm not really sure. I think that's why she really sticks with The Star Wars, though, it's just not something for me, and I feel like the consensus is no one's really excited about this. I think the real deal killer is that she included the Midnight Sun. Had these been like all brand new products, I think a lot more people would have been excited about it, but it feels just like same shit, new packaging. I mean, that's what it is. Let's now go over something I had a hard time not buying. I really did think about buying this, and that is the Sonia G, the new makeup brushes. So there's two collections. There is the one brush that comes with a little brush holder that's supposed to look like Mount Fiji. That brush is $195. I don't care if it's like the best brush on planet Earth. Like, I can't justify spending $195 on one single makeup brush. I was, however, really considering getting the Traditionals Trio. So that is a set of 3 eye brushes, and they have like a curvy shape to them with matte black. They look very beautiful and stunning. This is $140 for 3 brushes. Now, I don't have a ton of Sonia G brushes. I have a few. I do really like them. But I really had to be honest with myself. I use my Refer brushes more for eyes, and $140 is just not something I'm willing to drop right now, especially with like holidays. Like, I can devote that money towards something better is kind of how I look at it. I want them. I even added them to cart. I looked at it and I really just had to tell myself, no, you need to actually budget your life a little bit and not just get things that you want. Maybe get a gift for somebody else. So that's my thought on it. If it says that it's limited edition, so I'm just a little worried on how fast it's going to sell out. If they have them for a while and I'm at a point, around my birthday or something, I want to treat myself, I might pick these up because they do look like they're smaller eye brushes. And I've really just realized now that I'm kind of getting into eyeshadow a little bit more, a lot of brushes are made for people with bigger eyes, which I don't have. So I'm just trying to find more smaller brushes, and especially like this small shader brush is looking real nice to me, but I'm going to resist for now, and that just might be something I keep an eye on and pick up later. They're pricey, and I could get some other Refer brushes that I know that I'll use for less money. So that's kind of where my head's at right now with that. Let's now talk about the MAC Lunar New Year collection. It comes with 2 highlighters and 2 blushes coming soon to their website. No date yet. MAC does a collection every year for Lunar New Year. I know it's because MAC is very popular in Asian countries. I lived in the Philippines for 2 years, and there are MAC stores everywhere. It's hard to find like a lot of different brands, but you can find MAC products no problem. So I know that's why they really prioritize their Lunar New Year collection, and I'm just not interested. I've never really been interested in the Lunar New Year. That's actually not true. They had one with a dragon one year, and I did really like that. But this embossing speaks nothing to me. It doesn't say anything. It's not a holiday I necessarily celebrate. So MAC is it's nothing really special. I'm interested to see what shades there are, because a lot of times it's a shade that they already have, just with a pretty embossing on it. So that's an easy skip for me. I won't be purchasing this. I'm going to segue now into the other product that's also available in Asia right now, and that is the Maybelline Fresh Tint Vitamin C Skin Tint. It's part of their Fit Me line. So right now available in Asia, SPF 50. And here's the kicker, it comes with 6 shades. So it's a tinted sunscreen, BB cream, makeup meets skincare infused with vitamin C, brightens skin instantly and over time, acts like a sunscreen and foundation / BB cream at the same time, SPF 50, natural coverage, suitable for all skin types. 6 shades, really, guys? Come on. Like, it actually is disappointing because Maybelline has a good shade range. The Maybelline Matte and Poreless is one of my favorite foundations. I actually went through an entire bottle, and I can't think of any other foundations right now off the top of my head where I've finished a foundation. I really enjoy that foundation, and it has like 40 shades. I know this is a tinted sunscreen, and everyone always says like, oh, in Asia, they don't need to have as many skin tones. I'm sorry. Again, like, I don't want to act like the expert because I lived in the Philippines for 2 years. Like, I'm not an expert, but there are people with darker skin tones in Asia, at least in the Philippines. Like, it exists. So they should be making a skin range that suits everyone. 6 shades, even for tinted sunscreen, is not okay. 12 shades, maybe, but 6, I don't know. And it's sad because I would actually be really interested in trying this foundation once it comes to Europe and America, but I don't know if I want to give it the attention if they're not going to expand the shade range. I am like maybe a little bit hopeful that they're going to, because the 6 shades, it goes like odd numbers, like it's shade 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, something like that. So I'm thinking like maybe they're going to add in between shades, or they're giving themselves room. But let's be honest, Maybelline has more than enough money to come out with a full shade range at launch. There's no reason for this. So I'm interested to see how this progresses, being that the shade range is so abysmal. I don't know. I don't like that. And it's unfortunate because this is something that I would really be interested in trying, but I don't know if I can support that. I don't like that at all. And we'll see what happens later on. Should we do Colourpop next? I have a few things from Colourpop here now that I'm really starting to get on my rant mode. So let's see. First thing is the winter collection, the Aurora Struck collection. This comes in with a mega eyeshadow palette, 3 lip oils, a shimmering body oil, and then 3 light sticks, 3 little highlighter cream sticks. This already launched on their website. Colourpop releases so much, so I'm behind on them. And this seemed like it was getting a lot of hype. A lot of people seemed like they were really into this collection. I haven't seen any reviews on it since it already launched, but honestly, I was underwhelmed. And I'm surprised because it is a cool tone color story. I do like cool tone color stories over warm color stories. So I was a little bit surprised at myself that I don't like this. I think just honestly, it's too dark for me. You have the top 2 rows that are lighter, and then those 3 bottom rows are pretty dark shades. I'd have to see them swatched. Maybe they are darker in pan than they are on the eyes. But I think that's what's holding me back from liking this collection. Other than that, I love the purple. I mean, the purple is stunning. I don't really like the shimmering body oil. That's not for me. The highlight's not for me. The lip oil's not for me. But the eyeshadow palette, I don't know. There's something missing from this, and I can't put my finger on it. I also just don't like the larger Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. They're too big for me. I don't use them. I have a few of them, and honestly, I'm going to be doing my declutter end of January, early February, I think, and they're kind of on the chopping block, like in my brain. I'm just thinking about what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep, and I might get rid of them just because I don't reach for larger palettes like that. So I'm not sure where the hype was coming from. I mean, everyone else didn't like it. I don't. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. But the next one that they just released, and I think, when does this one release? I think today as well. It launched yesterday. This is the Pretty Please collection. So this has a 12 pan palette, 4 color sticks, like 4 eyeshadow sticks, 3 cheek dews, so a cream blush, and then 3 Fresh Kiss lip creams. This one almost got me. I've kind of been talking bad about Colourpop in a couple of videos, and I don't mean I'm talking bad about them. I'm just losing interest in them because they launch so much, and I find myself purchasing from them because they're inexpensive, not because I'm in love with the color story. I don't hate Colourpop. I want to make it clear that I'm not like always shitting on them. I just think they launch a lot, and I found myself with my purchasing habits, again, just purchasing from them because they were inexpensive and to like try and get more and more and more. And now that I'm really trying to minimize my collection, I'm looking at Colourpop a lot less. And I'm liking that. Also, because I have to bring it to Europe, there's import fees, so that also holds me back. It's not as inexpensive as it was. But this one, the packaging is really pretty. Now, I have to see swatches of the palette because in some photos, it looks like the shades are a lot darker. But in this photo that I'm looking at, that I'm going to pop up, the shades don't look as dark. There is about a 50-50 chance right now that I pick this up. I might just do it. I also am interested in the color sticks, the shadow sticks. Those look really pretty as well. So I don't know. I might just break my Colourpop spell here and go for this one because I do really like it. It's kind of like French themed. I live in France, so I kind of like that. It's the Coquette Dreams collection. This one might get me. I almost got the Enchanted palette, but I stopped myself from that, and I'm glad because I do like this color story more. It's not anything groundbreaking, like I probably have these shades, but it is really pretty. So I am going to internally struggle about this one for a little while, but this one's something that maybe I'll pick up, and if I do, I'll do a video on it. I don't have too many things left. This next one I want to talk about is also an eyeshadow palette. So this is Elcie Cosmetics, and this is their holiday palette. The Minimalist Special Editions Volume 2 On the Rocks, Champagne, Bourbon, Dirty Martini, and Chardonnay. So those are the 5 shades. This launched on December 12th, and I don't have a price on it. The Minimalist one palette, I think was like around $50 because I really did want that palette, but the price I think held me back from purchasing it. I am surprised to see this, and I'm not unhappy about it. It's not a palette for me, I'll just say that off the bat. It's all shimmers. I kind of like a all-in-one inclusive palette, so this is not something that I'll use. I just thought that Elcie Cosmetics was really kind of just disappearing, so it's nice to see a launch from them. It seems like a lot of their products have been leaving Ulta, so that's kind of what made me think that they're kind of just going away. However, it looks like they're back. It looks like they're here to stay. I don't know. Maybe this is a last-ditch effort. We'll see. But it was nice to see a palette from them. And I don't know anything about their formula. I've yet to try anything from the brand. It was on my list to do, but other launches kind of just happen and it kept getting pushed down. So if you like the formula and you recommend it, let me know in the comments because the brand, there are some things that I kind of really do want to pick up. I do really want to pick up the first palette, and their highlighter also looks really stunning. So I don't know if I need to use some Ulta points and maybe grab those. I don't even know if they're still available on Ulta. They weren't when I looked, but maybe they are now and they're making a comeback. Next thing, let's talk about this new primer. So this is from e.l.f. and this is the Power Grip Primer, except this time it has 4% niacinamide to help even out skin tone and brighten. I don't need this. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to purchasing this. I probably would, but first I need to finish my Milk Hydro Grip. This is essentially a dupe of the Milk Hydro Grip, except with niacinamide. So first I would want to finish my samples that I have. I have like 2 little vials of it. They take forever to go through. And then I would probably pick this up actually. So it's not off the table for me. It's nice to see a new primer and see people getting excited about it. It's just not something I need right now or have to have. It's going to be maybe later once I get that kind of primer out of my collection. I'm really trying to be better about not accumulating the same types of things. I can't do anything about past products, but I can going forward. So once I finish those Milk ones, I will definitely be picking that up. Now, next one, this is like not a new release, but I wanted to talk about it because I saw this at first and I wasn't very interested. And then I keep seeing it, and now like I kind of want it. So this is the Burberry Monogram palette, and it's expensive. It's $115. I think when I looked on the European website, it was 86 euros. Now I have not tried any Burberry Beauty. So I kind of was looking at this. I saw a review on it and I was like, I kind of want it. It's like perfect for me. It's like those muted tones. It's not too colorful. It's a great everyday palette. I can try the Burberry makeup line. And then I went on the Burberry France website, and for some reason, they can't ship to France due to like packaging. So I don't know what's in this. I also was going to order the cushion foundation that they have on their website because I have a Burberry foundation and I really love it. And I've never had a cushion foundation I didn't like. So I saw that they had a cushion. I was like, I'm going to get the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to get the cushion foundation. Try to get it. And I don't think Burberry makeup is sold in France. And there's some kind of reason. I should probably look into why, but it just says it can't be shipped to France because of packaging reasons. So there's something in this, in Burberry makeup, that is restricted in France. And I would love to know what it is because it's always interesting, like different countries and what's allowed and what's not allowed. Because if this is allowed in the UK, while they're not part of the European Union anymore, their rules tend to be similar. So I have to see, like, is it available in Spain but not France? I don't know. That's probably a rant. You're probably not interested. It is interesting to me, though, because I was just very taken aback that it just is not allowed to be shipped here. If it can be, though, I would purchase this, even though it's very expensive. I think that I would get my money's worth out of it. I might consider, my mom's going to the US in February. She's going to bring me back some things. I always just load them all up whenever family members go and come back. I might still order it and have her bring it back for me if it's still available. We'll see at the time. But I'm going to keep an eye out, think about it a little bit more. Would I rather have the Burberry palette or would I rather have the Sonia G brushes? Because, I mean, they're not that far off in price and I'm not going to do both. Now, next up, this one just confuses me. This one is just, I am so just like over this. I don't know. This is like where I felt I was just being grumpy. So this is the Hipdot and Sesame Street collaboration. This is available December 15th. So it just launched a couple days ago. It has 3 palettes. So an Elmo, Cookie Monster, and Big Bird palette. And then it has a Snuffleupagus eyelash set. Now that's cute. I think that's really cute. I'm glad they didn't come up with a Snuffleupagus eyeshadow palette and instead they did the lashes. That is freaking adorable. However, like, I just feel like brands are just finding things to collab with and seeing if they stick to the wall. I don't understand it. All these collabs that are coming out, it's just one after another, after another, after another. It feels like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, back in the old days, like collabs kind of were more meaningful and people got more excited about it. Now there's a collab every single day, every single week. It's just hard to get excited about a collab now. And while Sesame Street is cute, like, I think it's a great kids show. I like it. It's not something that like I need on my makeup. So why are they doing this? Like, is this a Gen Z thing? Like, am I just not understanding? I'm like too old to understand like what this is. The nostalgia is just missing me. There are things that are nostalgic to millennials, and I definitely fall into the category of buying things for nostalgia. So maybe this is just missing the mark for me as far as nostalgia. It wasn't a show that I necessarily watched all the time as a kid. Not even my younger siblings, I think, watched Sesame Street that often. Like, it was around, obviously. Sesame Street's been around for, what, like 30 plus years? I have no idea. So maybe I'm just too old for this. I don't know. But I'm not interested in it other than the eyelashes, which I think are freaking cute. I will not be purchasing it because I don't wear false eyelashes. And I'm pretty sure you have to buy this all together. There's no price on it. But usually with Hipdot, a lot of the times the collection is sold as a whole, not individually. Let me know though if you love Sesame Street so much you need it on your makeup though. I have 2 more things to talk about. This one, so Trend Mood just posted this one. This is a pre-order and this is from NYX Cosmetics, the new Bare With Me Blur Tint. So this is $14, a hydrating medium buildable coverage tint foundation that blurs it all from pores to dark spots, 24 flexible shades. See, that is more appropriate for a skin tint, even though it's medium coverage. It's supposed to leave the skin smooth, healthy looking, visibly brighter appearance, control shine, 16 hours of comfortable transfer and fade resistance wear, and up to 12 hours of hydration, packed with skincare ingredients, vegan, cruelty-free. I will be purchasing this for sure. I think that this is maybe supposed to replace something. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm very intrigued by this. Foundations are my favorite thing to test out. I have a ton of foundation reviews on my channel, so you definitely know it's just my favorite thing. I will link the playlist above if you're ever interested. This is probably the thing that I'm most excited about out of everything that I talked about, I think. Yes, it is. So I'll definitely be ordering this. I need to see, because it says right now that it's pre-order. I need to see what that means, where I can pre-order it. Sometimes things release later in Europe here, so I might have to wait just a little bit before doing a foundation review, but I will absolutely be doing one on this foundation. I'm very excited for it. And then the last thing that I have is not so much a makeup product, but this is from Makeup Revolution. And honestly, I just wanted to rant about it. So we're gonna leave this video off on like a bad note. It is a fragrance release from Makeup Revolution. So this has 4 different scents to it, and then they come in minis. It has like the lotion foundation. Very reminiscent. It kind of just reminds me of like Victoria's Secret scentwear. I don't know. This is just weird to me. So you have 4 different scents. Timeless, which is feminine floral, passion, woody and spicy, revolutionary noir, seductively sophisticated with coffee and vanilla, and then revolutionary, which is delicate and elegant with sweet vanilla and patchouli. I just don't like this. I don't know why it irritates me, but it does. And I wish I knew why, because I feel like Makeup Revolution, like we're taking it too far now. I'm not 100% against them. Like, yes, I'm against them when they blatantly copy things. I'm not against dupes. I'm not against more affordable options. That's not the issue. The issue, I think, is just like, why are you doing this? Like, it doesn't have prices here. I don't see prices, but I can't imagine it's any less expensive than going to Victoria's Secret and grabbing a body spray when it's on sale. So who would want this? If you're someone who's interested in this, like, I'm not judging you. Like, we all like different things. There are things that, you know, I bet I really want that Burberry palette, and there's a lot of people out there who are like, ew, why? That's the most boring palette ever for that price. This is that to me. Like, I just can't see who's wanting this, and I'd love to know if you're one of those people, because I'm not understanding it. I'm not getting it. I think like Makeup Revolution, we're kind of just like hitting a wall with them. We're like, they need money, and so they're releasing whatever they can release to sell. I think we're going to start seeing just a wave of that with companies who, now that like inflation's happening, like a recession is maybe on the brink, companies are going to just slap shit to the wall and see what sticks. Like, I don't know what to say. That's just what I'm predicting is going to happen. And then after they see that people just aren't buying junk anymore, they'll kind of hone in and start releasing products that are really good and doing so less frequently. That's my prediction. I'm saying it now. That's going to be it for me today. I hope that some of this was helpful. Leave me a comment again with just your thoughts and comments on these new makeup releases. Am I the only one that's like feeling in a makeup slump? Is it just the end of the year and like I'm burnt out from all the holiday releases? I don't know, but let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I hope you're all having a great December, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.